Hey there, friendlies. How is up? Give me one little second to just do a little thing here. There we go. All right. Now back to the channel content. Sorry about that. I just had to do a little thing. So, here's the part where I say, let's do the usual housekeeping, which is where I say, I'm just checking something here. Am I audible? Yes, I am audible. Okay. Wasn't sure about that. Weekly housekeeping. So, hey there, friendlies. Welcome to the Beer, Blades, and Bushcraft Tuesday night live stream, where we talk usually about blades. We talk a little bit about beer or beverages, and we usually talk about, excuse me, about bushcraft. I'm so tired of that. I do want to say that if you are watching us time shifted to tomorrow, next week, or next month, or next year, thank you for your eyes. Thank you for dropping comments down below. It warms the cockles of my little heart to know that you guys are interacting even after the fact. If at any point tonight you really love what's happening, I invite you to drop me a smiley thumb. If at any point tonight you kind of hate what's going on, that's okay. I invite you to leave me a frowny thumb, because that works just as well. And if you would like to take a more active role in supporting the channel and keeping the lights on around around here, like several in the side chat already have, then I invite you to check out the join button where YouTube has put it this week. There you will see that there are 2 tiers of membership, as well as what each tier gets you for your hard-earned money. I do have a reading, but I'm going to put it off next week because I didn't organize enough stuff to make it worth my while. I do have some news, but I will put that off for next week as well. So we're going to call this a low maintenance live stream. Okay. If I seem a little low energy, it's because I feel like crap today. However, I COVID tested and I came back negative. So let's just take the wins where they come. Okay. I believe we have no Russell tonight, but we do have beer. So what do you think? Time to do a little pour? Hey, is Selshare? You know what? I'm going to say hi to everyone, and then we'll move on. I have either tonight we'll either do the Johnny Walker Blue F Owls round, if not Basil Hayden's Dark Rye. Why? Because it's a 40%, so I'm not going to get 3 shoots to the wind by accident. For those of you who are American, since this is an American rye, it's 80 proof, but I think that proof is the world's worst way of measuring alcohol by volume. Even the British don't use proof anymore. And the British proof was different than the American proof is. The American proof is pointless because it's just, it's just doubling the ABV. Whereas the British proof, there was a whole algorithm behind it because it was about at what temperature it was flammable and all this stuff. So like an 80 proof American is like a 76 or 78 proof British, if I remember that correctly. But as I said, I feel like crap. I feel like ass tonight, so my brain is not working well. Oh, I think I just swore. Sorry, guys. So the first person in the house was She's a Blue, who, by the way, is a channel hero. I do believe she got her channel hero 2'd from Al last week. How's it going, She's a Blue? Followed up at 8:45 with Jim. How's it going, Jim? Nice to see you. And then we got Grace. Grace, I believe, was also gifted a membership last week. It was nice to see that little channel hero icon next to your name, Grace. I hope you see something you like for that membership. And there you go. There's Mr. David Evans, channel hero and channel mod. So you know what I'm going to say. Be polite or he's going to drop the hammer on you. I'm just taking a look down. There's a lot of people saying hi. There we got Country Boy. Happy Tuesday to you, Country Boy. Thank God it's the Country Boy. I'm sure that's what you're talking about, Jim. We got Marcus popping in with a happy Tuesday, everyone. Marcus also has the Channel Hero icon right next to his name. Okay, there's just a lot of people saying hi, and we got Whiskey Harbor popping in. How's it going, Whiskey? We got Canadian in the house. How's it going, Jerry? Gary? Jerry. I'm just going to call you Gary Jerry from now on because of that whole conversation back on the Discords. Man, my nose hurts tonight, too. Oh, it sucks to be me. Is everyone just sort of saying hi to each other? Hey, there's Christy. How's it going, Christy? Saying hi to everyone. We got a hello from Christy in the house. David is saying he's got to put up some shelves in the garage to start displaying the lanterns. Oh yeah, send me some pictures once that's done. I put up like a ceiling hanging solution for putting my my 2x4s and stuff out of the way in the back room there. The long-term plan is to be able to shoot live streams from in the back room again, but right now it's a nightmare back there. Just seeing, we got, hey, look at that, we got Peanut Trucker in the house. Nice to see you. We got Vader in the house. Nice to see you as well. Gonna be more lantern videos coming out. Yeah. Where are you tonight, by the way, Chris? Chris the Peanut Trucker. Christy says, is 101 today, but mid-90s for the next 10 days. So much better. I have no idea what those are in modern temperatures, but it does sound hot. Isn't like 40 degrees 101 or 100 or something? I don't know. Linda's popping in with, why did I think this was Monday? Well, I don't know. Does it feel like Monday? Are you having a rough day? It was a rough day for me too, because I do not feel well today at all. But hey, it's my Tuesday. It's the day when the week gets just a little bit better. The beer tonight is a Saint Barnabé dry stout, and it's organical. I have no idea what a dry... Come on, man. Focus. I do not know what a dry stout is, but I do believe we're going to find out. Still too hot for Country Boy. David Evans is doing the God's good works by telling everyone to drop that thumbs up down below the video screen. Okay. Whoop. I do love a stout, and it is a chilly day, so it's a good stout day. It's a good day for a stout. I didn't check the ABV on this. I hope it's not like going to be 7 or something. In fact, on Tuesday nights, it would probably be better if I was drinking light beer, like a 4%. So I'm guessing Serge is not here if I did not blow the pour. Mark is saying, looks like Al did a good job last week. We're all members now. Yeah, I think Al. Yeah, I feel kind of bad about that because I think he felt that I was kind of pressuring him, and I wasn't. I was just being, well, I thought I was being funny. So a dry stout is just a stout. Actually, it tastes kind of like, I just got this image of in my head of like a spice box when I drank that. Like dry powder spices, you know? It's good. It's got a spicy edge to it. Not too alcohol-y. What is the ABV on this? 5.2. Another 0.8, and it would be considered a strong beer. Hey, there's Shawnee. I got my tea. I got my tea right here. Tea's a good drink. So, hold on, I'm just sort of scrolling down. I just want to make sure that I've said hi to everyone who. I don't know, Shawnee. We'll go for as long as I can. You know, if I'm suddenly sitting here, then I'll be like, okay, good night, everyone. No, Jim's got to scoot. Gotta make the donuts. All right, see you later, Jim. Jim will watch us time shifted. It's too bad he doesn't get to. I know. Anyway, Christy and I are in the same boat. We're both just waiting to win that lottery. I should probably buy tickets, actually, if I'm gonna. Peanut trucker. No food. I plan on leaving home, unloading and going back home, but plans changed. I have an empty fridge. Oh, no, that sucks. No one should drink 4%. Well, because on live stream night, like, I don't always have the beer. Sometimes it's just tea and water and then whiskey at 10. But because it's like, if during a live stream I get 3 sheets to the wind and start behaving badly, I kind of wake up regretting that the next day. And I kind of want to just hide the live stream. I don't, but like, I don't want my live stream to be like, a drunken circus for the last hour. So whereas if I'm sitting back with a nice beer, here's the thing for me, like when I say a 4% beer, I mean like it's got to be a Guinness or something. I don't mean like a Coors or whatever. You know, I don't mean like a Bud. I don't even know what ABVs those have actually. Yeah, it sounds like I need a hot toddy. Yeah. David says 8 people / lurkers have not hit the thumbs up. Watch out. And he's gonna drop the hammer. I just want to make sure that I'm checking on the YouTube page because it's a little ahead. Looks like Al's here. How's it going? See? There's Al. Everyone say hi to Al. I think he just crop dusted us. Yeah, so it's funny. I've been trying to figure out what like my next reading is going to be, and as I said, we're not going to do one this week because I just didn't get it organized. It's been a big week, but like I've got so many like so many bushcrafty / outdoorsy / adventure books sitting here because I realized that since I've started doing the readings, I don't read my books the way I used to. Like now I'll be like, what do I want to do next week? Oh, wait a minute. Kephart said something about I gotta get this. I gotta put this somewhere. I can't just leave it in the book, you know. Or like, well, oh, and I recently picked up a copy. I don't know if I showed you guys this, but I recently picked up My Side of the Mountain. Just so I figure I should get back in touch with that. I may have brought that up, but I gotta start reading it. This book is taking me forever, but it's too bad because this is the kind of book I usually just chew right through. It's a very good trip story. I was listening to Explore, the podcast of the Royal Canadian Geographical Society, and he had on the MacGuffins, the sort of the first couple of Canadian canoeing, and they were describing some of their trips and stuff. And like these two met, got married. They were both outdoorsy and just parlayed their love of paddling and stuff into an actual career. You know? I think, geez, guys. David has been a member for 1 year and 6 months. 1 year, 6 months, 27 days. That's amazing. I forget, like, I hear you, David, because, like, I forget how long it's been since X, right? Like, I forgot I forget how long it's been since I instituted memberships. I forget how long it's been since I did this. I don't, I think that I, excuse me, did a video like 3 weeks ago, and it was 8 months ago, kind of thing. It's weird how that happens, eh? Here's a good question from Shawnee to Al. What's the project for this week? What are you working on right now, Al? Do you have a car on the go? I think you probably have a car on the go still. Every time I see like a really cool old, like American muscle car kind of thing, I think of taking a picture for Al. I don't always have the time to do it, but yep, it's a car, 69 Ford Galaxie 500. You know what, folks? I'm going to find a picture of that so we can see what... Oh. 1969. Where do you find your cars, Al? You just sort of, you come across them here and there, or do you, like, do you scope out certain sites and stuff? Oh, yeah. I remember these. That's a 68. Here's a 69. Hold on. I'm trying to get a big picture of this image so that I can then show it. Come on, fools. What you talking about? Okay, I will share this screenage so that everyone can see. Present arms. I'm kidding. Boom. There it is. Man, they don't make them like that anymore, eh? Wait, this was a 1970, but hold on. Let me go back. 69. Oh, this is the history of the 69 to 74. Okay, hold on. There's a 69. Come on, man. Let's see the photo. No, the photo. Oh, God. This isn't working at all. Oh, wow. That's, well, whatever. I mean, you guys know what the car looks like. Hey, Lorenzo, out and about. How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. I wish I was feeling better. I'd be more exciting, but I hope I hope that you'll enjoy the night anyway. Excuse me. Hey, there's Hike with Mike. How's it going? Oh, the Camaro is done. Okay. All right. Christy has been a member for 1 year, 1 month, and 13 days. Amazing. Chris says that David's preparing for winter at his place. Barbecue and maybe a drink. David's taking the boat out of the water next weekend. It's kind of sad, eh? Like that's the season is well and truly done. Auto Hunter or auctions. Okay. Nice. So what are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna restore back to sort of pristine condition, or are you gonna? I keep thinking like where my dad lives in Penticton. There's this huge community of guys with these classic cars, and some of them like restore to stock, and some mod the ever-loving hell out of these things. Put a bigger engine in, maybe change the chassis underneath or whatever for more performance, more of this, more of that. Al, I think you're sort of more on the restore to stock side of things, aren't you? David's dad had a Galaxie 500. Oh, man. 4 months. Nice. Nice. That's not what I meant to click on, but welcome to 4 months, Chris. Country Boy's mom had a 68 Galaxy. Forest green, nice color. Oh, you guys turned it down. David is still thinking about the wood stove. I would totally do it. Where you live, that would be amazing. Nice night looking at those windows at the lake. Fire crackling away in the stove. Love it. Destiny's here. How's it going? She's saying hi to everyone. She's like totally scattergunning us all with the hellos. Okay. Stock with minor mods. Okay. Like comfort stuff or performance stuff? Or is it sort of stuff you just think looks really cool? Okay. So I've caught up. So we're not going to do a reading. We're not going to do the news this week because I just didn't have the time. And as I said, I really don't feel well today, so I didn't have the energy to, to make it so. I kind of feel that maybe my camera's a little. Hold on. Is that better, you guys? Excuse me. Oh, my land. Look who's here. Oh, hey, Dauber. How's it going? Good old beer. Dauber keeps getting these wicked deals on cool outdoorsy stuff and showing me because I live in the land of no deals. Like, if there's a municipality or area where you cannot find a good antique store for tools and stuff, I'm in the one that's even worse than that. So every now and again, like, the daughter's like, hey, look at this 100% wool blanket I just got for $5. And I'm like, curses. Look at this cast iron frying pan I just got for $2.50. Curses. That's the Dauber magic, man. My wife is a kind of like that as well, but for, other stuff like clothes and shoes and stuff. I just got to get some of that outdoor Dauber magic so that I can walk into a Goodwill and walk out with some cool stuff, cool camping stuff. Like a classic backpack for my 1970s camping video. Who we got? I just saw somebody and then everything sort of jumped. There we go. There's Sept. She missed the pour, but that's all right. I like it better when you're off the left. So it was better when I was like this? No, that's off to the right. I just don't know what to do, Serge. I just don't know what to do. What do I do? What do I do? Serge, I have to answer your textos from earlier. I'm thinking the Saturday is better. If you like Jay Leno's got some cars, man. And he's got some really cool stuff, too. Manos just says, mostly power plant with your standard 70s models. Hydraulic positive traction bars, dual exhaust, quad packs are similar. Standard boomer stuff. Okay. I get what you're talking about. Everyone's just saying hi to Serge. David Evans is asking if Manon Street has or has done any cars from the 50s. That would probably be a whole different ball of wax. Oh, Destiny, my lantern journey is turning tragic. Tried Crisco oil and that won't light. Crisco oil? Why would you do that? No, technically you could use anything that's a flammable oil. But like, I would stick with. Honestly, I'd stick with like a paraffin or something. The thing is, are you letting it wick up? Like, you fill the tank, you put your wick in, and you wait until the oil has seeped all the way up through the wick before you light it. Is that what you're doing? What is Crisco oil? Is that just like a vegetable oil? It should work. I mean, you can use like, Christ, you can use seal fat for a lantern. You know what I'm saying? You can use anything. I mean, I wouldn't do it. Probably gum up the insides pretty bad. But like, I have one of those little Greek style lanterns somewhere, or lamps, you know, with a tiny wick, and you just fill it with any kind of oil. So I don't know. There we go. You did a Bel Air and a Beetle. Olive oil. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, that's the thing. All oils should work. Olive oil seems like an expensive way to go, unless you happen to be living, you know, in ancient Greece or something. Yeah, the Bel Air. That must have been a really cool project. I'm gonna drink some tea. Why am I drinking tea? Because tea's a good drink. um, I just got a notification that Serge sent me a message. I will check that later. I'm not going to check in the middle of a live stream. I don't want to be all like staring at my phone while I'm supposed to be entertaining. If I come across a, just haven't heard him grabbing it. Is there like an average price that these cars come at, Al? Like, do they all sort of happen around, I don't know, 12 grand, 19 grand or something? Or is it like all over the place? Like, because you're restoring them, how good is the condition that you require to make the purchase decision? You know, like, I assume you don't want an epic shift box, but you obviously don't want it to be too pristine either, because the joy for you is in the project, right? David, if the Crisco oil does work, you can deep fry with your lantern. Yikes. That sounds hygienic. Hygienic? Hygienic. Sorry, itchy hands. But yeah, Destiny, have you tried other oils in that lantern before, or is the Crisco the first one you're trying in that lantern? Like I wonder what the process is for cleaning out the tank on a lantern and starting again. And like if an oil isn't there long enough to sort of go off, does that affect any? Like, does it smell worse when it burns? I want to know. I don't want to know enough to throw a bunch of Crisco or olive oil into my lantern over there and let it rot, but I would love to know. Hold on a second. Sean is asking how the garden is. Whoops. What am I pouring tonight? Well, I have the Johnny Blue here, because I was like, if Al's coming, it's going to be Johnny Blue. If Al's not coming, it's going to be that Basil Hayden's Dark Rye. But the garden is an epic disappointment this year. Absolute tripe. The kale has grown very well. In fact, I will probably cut some for kale chips tomorrow or Thursday. Very nice. But, you know, I mean, we didn't even get tomatoes this year. Like, usually we drop one seed and it takes over the whole damn garden. Nothing. No jalapenos, no, what are those little peppers called? Habaneros. No tomatoes, no lettuce. We got a couple of really nice carrots, though. But like a couple of carrots. The chives went gangbusters. And like I planted all these flowers, like hummingbird attracting flowers. Forgot about it. None of them came up. I don't know what the hell happened to this season, man, but I'm not happy about it. Man on the street says it all depends what it has, what it looks like, what it'll take to get it booming. So, and then do you keep them or do you flip some of them? Oh. 8 acre. Sent a photo of my garden to influence your framing for my viewing. Okay. Okay. Let me take a look at it. Oh, did I leave my phone upstairs or did I bury it under books? I gotta clean this desk. Hold on a second. Just hold on a second, okay? Where did you send it? Okay. So what you would like is that, right? Something more like that. There we go. Okay. Just to make Serge's viewing experience better, we'll do it like this. Tonight it's probably, well, the blue is going to be around a 3-ish year, I guess. This will, the thing with American is, who the heck knows? Artfully aged for how long though? Because the rules for bourbon and stuff are a lot more lax in terms of the age. Like bourbon just has to touch oak. It doesn't even have to be a barrel. Not many people are messing with that, but. Oh, okay, so this is a straight rye whiskey blended with Canadian rye whiskey and port. But does straight have to be 2 years old? I don't have the brain for this tonight. I don't know. But like I don't have to pop anything open for 15 minutes to let it, open up or anything. Oh, that's great until it solidifies. Yikes is right. Yeah, that's what I was expecting, because to me Crisco is like a bucket of lard kind of thing. So I didn't like when you said Crisco oil, I was like, oof. I hope that doesn't go hard. But yeah. My Gran Torino was a rust bucket on wheels. Took me a bit. Labor of love. Right. Doordobber says, 57 Chevy Bel Air with a 350 short block would give me the fuzz. What would give me the fizz is like Aston Martin DB5, or like an Uber Classic Land Rover, the one like the last model where they had those two little flippy guys under the windscreen. Those would give me the fizz. Jaguar E-Type. I don't think it's the E-Type. I think it's D. But let me just double check that. Yeah, it's the E-Type, Jaguar E-Type. I feel about the Jaguar E-Type the way I feel about the Spitfire and the Lancaster. One of the most beautiful things to roll. They don't always work, but they look great. David says he should do a car restoration. Did one before and really enjoyed it. I would never even know what to do with something like that. What I would like to do is build a damn semi-permanent shelter somewhere. I gotta find a piece of land like within a 4-hour drive of where I live to just go and arrive Friday or Saturday, set up for an overnighter and leave the next day. Even just that would be great. You're doing blue? Okay, so I'll do blue as well. Although I hope to hell this isn't the finished bottle. I'm going to feel silly if this is the finished bottle. No. Okay, there's still juice in here. Fine. All right. That's what I'll do at the 10 o'clock. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm thinking the same thing, Sash. I'd hate to see a lantern with solidified Crisco in it. Holy crap. Like, how do you clean that out? You can't get a spoon in there. I guess what you would have to do is, like, heat it up like maybe on a low on the stovetop, but like on low or medium low or something, because you don't want to damage it, right? Those lanterns are not meant to be heated. Like just enough to get it to liquefy, and then, oh man, I would just throw some hot water and soap in there and shake it around and empty it out until I got as much out as I could, and buy a new wick and start again once it was dry. That's what I would do. But I don't know. I don't know. If Melissa had her way, they would all be gone. I keep some. If the offer is over the top, then I let them go. And you can make some serious coin on those restores for sure. You know. Oh, wrong way. Show more mic. Oh, okay, hold on. There we go. Serge. Okay, there we go. More mic. You want me to put the mic up a bit so that you can see the brand name there? Show off my stupidly expensive microphone. I say stupidly expensive, but my wife bought me this, so I'm extremely grateful. This mic gives me the fizz. It still does, even though I think that there are better options if you don't want to spend a crap ton of money, because it's like the mic, and then this thing here isn't like another 150 or something, and I've got it going into a sound, like an interface box, or there are some very nice USB mics these days, but I'm old school. This is a radio mic. There's a massive spider right beside my monitor. Okay, buddy. But I will let it live, because they eat things that we don't want flying around our houses. David would have a green label tonight, but off to Ottawa early tomorrow morning. Okay. I love that green label. I would like to, on my other channel, do like a roundup of some of the labels. Everything but the red, because Outdoor Diver says to Destiny, try gently heating the tank to melt the Crisco and pour it out, then add some olive oil or Cara and try that. Yeah. But Dauber, like I was saying, you should like probably wash it out, let it dry, and then start again. You're saying that she doesn't have to, because what I'm afraid of, because obviously I'm stressed about Destiny's lantern. What I would be afraid of is that even if you just sort of pour it out, there's still a coating of that in there that can solidify again, even if you've got more oil in there, right? Or am I overthinking this? Shawnee says, second round of cucumbers are forming, but if we get a frost in 2 weeks, they'll be done. Yeah. Planted too many poblanos. I like poblanos. Golden beets are plumping up. We grew beets. Starting, we grew beets, but it's just not a big favorite of mine. What I want to do with the garden in the future is whatever the hell I like and the grocery stores are just charging way too much for. That's what we should grow. Like some peppers and stuff. I'll crack my green if you'd like. No, I've got the blue here. The green's back there somewhere. I don't want to go looking for it. Blue's a good germ too, though. Had a non-garden tool. Potatoes are the only thing I had any yield on. Plant-killing chemicals falling from the sky. Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't go that far. I think the weather's just been crazy. I've never done potatoes. I'd like to try it at one point. I have a very small amount of land to work with. Like really small. Like twice the size of this desk small. So it has to be stuff that I can, Country Boys Fizz is a 65 GTO. We've been there. An E-Type goes nowhere but the mechanic shop. But so beautiful, though. Shawnee's been collecting seeds from the marigolds, the nasturtium. Zinnia and calendula. They're handy for confusing pests, so I put them all over. I have a few winter squash growing. Yeah, we used to put like marigolds and stuff around the perimeter of our garden for that reason, and something else. Destiny, I wish I still had my little red trike from when I was young. That was a classic. Driving down the driveway at top speed, pretend smoking my dad's smokes, mom's sunglasses on. I got my finger stuck in the little trailer hole. You know, on the back step of those old metal trikes, there's a little hole. I got my finger stuck in one of those ones. Had to call the fire department to come and get me out. Used that story to get an A in a creative writing class in university. The only British car Al has is his 87 Jag V12 Turbo. I do love me, like, classic British cars. If he could add picture, he would, yeah. Hey, Carol's here. How's it going? How you doing? Outdoor says, a fizz that's in my price range is a poor man's small forest axe. I recently got a 1 3/4 pound vintage Collins head. Now I'm looking for a haft. I do love vintage Collins. I really do. Like, I haven't bought an axe in a long time because I've told you guys, like, there are a couple of things that I really would love to have, but I don't want 300 axes. I don't want 300 bottles of whiskey. I don't want 300 Bushcraft knives. I don't want to be that level of collector, But I would love a classic Collins Hudson's Bay. Like, like the early Collins Hudson's Bay. It's a different shape than the more modern ones. Much more elegant. The use case is clear in the Collins one, whereas the use case is kind of not clear in the modern ones. But yeah, that I would love. Excuse me. Rebel and Owen in the house. How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. I hope you're feeling okay tonight. Chris is asking, what kind of lanterns are we talking about? From the 1800s? No, we're talking like hurricanes. But you just reminded me that Dauber just bought a hot blast lantern. Instead of having the round sort of little roof thing on top, it's just like the pipes come up and it's just the pipes go down. And look, the cold blast lanterns, right? The hurricane lanterns we all think about work way better, but there's just something about those old ones that I just love the idea of. It's not as bright a flame, it's not as efficient, but I still really like them. I'm just going to mute myself for a second. Man, I feel like ass tonight. Jesus. Jesus. I almost didn't do tonight. I was like, I'm just going to bed. I want to go to bed early. I want to snuggle under the blankets, maybe watch something and drift into a fitful ill sleep. But I was like, no. I look forward to live streaming. Even if I'm boring you guys with my low energy tonight, I like doing this. This helps my headspace for the rest of the week. And, so I'm here for as long as I can be. And if at some point I realize I just can't do it, then I'm going to go to bed. But at least I'll have said hi to everyone and had a little conversation, talked a little bit. Yeah, there's the thing. Whoops. What Shawnee is saying, that the weather has not been great for gardening at all. And like in some areas, like Shawnee is saying, even here, the smoke, it's just blocking everything because of all the fires from up north. It's just like, it has not been a good growing season across the board. Very few people I know are happy with the way their gardens performed this year. So I'm not letting it get me down too much. At least I'm not alone, right? David Evans says to go to a Facebook marketplace. There are a lot of lanterns for sale and the prices seem to be dropping because of end of season for camping. Are you kidding me? David, that little post you made, that's the secret, man. I'm going to go check out the marketplace. Oil lamps versus solar. Let's discuss. You know what? I know you're LOLing that at the end, but I'll have that conversation. I absolutely will. Because I put out kind of a joke video of like, what's better, oil lantern or LED, right? And I had my little Feuerhand baby thing, whatever it's called. You know, I lit it, little flame, and then I took out this LED lantern that's about this big because it's technically a Christmas decoration. You flick a little switch, tiny LED comes on. I'm like, clearly, the oil lantern is better. Some of the people who dropped comments didn't kind of realize I was kidding, which confuses me and hurts my feelings. But anyway, but you know, I'll have that conversation because there's a channel that I watch a lot of, but I don't really speak a lot of. Victoria Outside, I think it is. I like her her content, and in fact, I almost posted one of her videos on my Rain Dance Facebook page this week, but ran out of time. Forgot to do it. Because she has little like LED lanterns or whatever in her tent, you know, and she turns them on, and like solar lanterns, LEDs, all that kind of, that's practical, man. You flip a switch, it comes on, and you're not afraid of burning your tent down around you. And so it, you know, I do have a little LED lantern thing for in the tent, but if I'm outside, there's no way in hell I'm using an LED lantern. Even with the better light, the better efficiency, the ease of use, right? Click a switch. Even with all that, and those are all benefits, I'll grant you, I'm a classicist. Pine Martin called me a romantic. I like the flicker of an oil lamp. I like the flicker of a fireplace. I like the flicker of a wood-burning stove. I don't want a solar or LED lantern around my bush camp, you know, especially outside, for the same reason I don't want a little gas faux fireplace in my living room. That, you know, it's not about the warmth, because I mean it is partly, but you can get the warmth with, you know, those electrical baseboard heaters. It's about the quality of the warmth. It's about the organic feel of it, as you know, the temperature flickers across your skin, you know, to match the way that, not to match, but like the nature of fire is that it flickers and moves, and you can see that, but you can also feel it. It's in the quality of the heat, you know. And so, whereas I do think that an electric, I just bopped this again, sorry guys. I do think that electric lanterns have a place at the campsite. Like one at the roof of the tent for when you're getting ready for bed. In my humble opinion, we are kilometers away, light years away from them replacing the wick lantern from my camp, you know, in my campsite. You know, outside at the table or whatever, or if I build a semi-permanent shelter or something, you know, and I hang a lantern up, it's not going to be an LED lantern. That's not what I'm out there for. I'm not a prepper, right? It's not all bug out bags and practicality for me. It's the magic of the outdoors. It's the enjoyment of the outdoors. It's the poetry of the motion of the stars in the sky when I'm staring up there and there's no street lights around. Do you know what I'm saying? The campfire isn't just a survival thing. I'm not just trying to warm up and stave off hypothermia. You know, the fire gives my campsite a sense of place. It works on the level of the soul. And an LED lantern to me doesn't. It just doesn't. It's great for reading too. It's just great to have on in the tent while you're trying to get changed without, you know, falling on your arse. But, you know, when the sharp tools are put away and I've cracked a drink and I'm staring into the flames, I don't want an LED light anywhere near me. Practicality, 10. The temperature of the light, 0. So did that get really boring? Did I talk too much about that? Shawnee, what's your opinion of oil versus solar? Outdoor likes the early to mid 1900s old oil lanterns for sure. Yeah. Yep. The Cammy has Russell's name on it when he finally comes here. Got to track a few miles up for it. Nice. You know about this. It's okay. It's okay. We're almost at whiskey time. Yeah, I think that would be cool. Now, if Russell gets down there, you guys can take it out for a spin. Okay. You think that kerosene might dissolve the Crisco and hold it in suspension? Maybe. I'm very curious about this now. Destiny, keep us informed as to what happens, because it's possible that, yeah, if you throw in kerosene, switch it around, like after you warm it up to get the Crisco out. Be interesting to see if the kerosene sort of loosens it up and just keeps it from re-solidifying and sticking to the walls. I mean, since you've already Crisco'd your lantern, you can do the experiment for us and report back. Wait, what did I just show? Yeah. This year I practiced making all my own garden fertilizers thanks to YouTube's Like a Garden, Garden Like a Viking, and I plan to do that again next year. So did you see a big difference in the quality of your foodstuffs? Like, was it an absolute success, or would you change stuff up for next year? Linda says, grow potatoes in those bags or use cardboard boxes. Boxes rot and can be added to compost bin at season's end. Yeah, that's not a bad concept. Nice. Outdoor Daubers has a Collins Hudson's Bay axe, probably early 80s. Very nice. You have my envy. The ones from the 60s are like the quintessential, but early 80s are still pretty damn nice. Oh, you're going to be current plant. I have never planted garlic. I don't know how to treat it when I pull it up, so I've never bothered trying. Actually, I really would like to try that at some point. There's Skip. How's it going? Skip is in the house. Hold on a second. Yes, it is now 21:58, so I will pour the whiskey. In honor of Al, we're doing the blue tonight. Just a wee one. Oops, that's not just a wee one. Just a wee one. Gook. Glug, glug, glug. Country Boy says, we love our address. Long live the cheese and tea. I love it. Whoa, David picked up 4 lanterns today. He wrote 4, but I think you meant 4. $20 each. Yeah, but you're still you're picking up those Coleman ones with the little what's the bag inside called? The little wick bag. The mantle. Little pump ones. 4. So, are you still picking up? Like, are you trying to pick up one of every kind of every model, or are you getting a couple to have spare parts in case something goes wrong with one, like a couple of repeats, or are you just sort of, wow, $20 each, I'm picking them up. Let's hope they all work. Like, how's that working? I don't mean how's that working. I mean, like, is there a plan behind it, or are you just like, that's a great deal, I'm buying them? Country Boy knows what I like. Two 335s, a 200 and a 286. Even the 286 to your neighbor, not your favorite. So, what is that? Why is it not your favorite? What don't you like about it? Because for that kind of lantern, I've never done a deep dive, so I don't necessarily know what the different model numbers are. Like, I know that there's a dual fuel, and I know, that there are ones that you pump, and I know that there's a model with the 2 mantles in versus 1 kind of thing. But like, I don't know enough about what the model numbers mean to know what. Like, I wouldn't know what you don't like about the 286. Solar lights are super lightweight. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I have like solar string lights up around my backyard. Turn them on, and I guess the whole LED thing has really changed because these are like faux Edison bulbs. And they have this really nice warm glow to them, which for solar and LED, it's excuse me, it surprised me, but in a pleasant way. Oh, Destiny knows Victoria's out as well. Yeah, absolutely great stuff. Great stuff, and like virtually no, gratuitous cleavage, which perfect. I love it. I mean, I'm as big a filthy bugger as the next man, but not when it comes to bushcraft, And what I love is that she doesn't talk, and it's probably because being Ukrainian, her English might not be, she might be too shy to speak English, on camera, but it's like almost ASMR. In fact, I think she started like tagging ASMR onto the titles of her videos, because it's a big sort of growth market. But excuse me, because there's no, I was gonna say dialogue, but no, there's no monologue. There's no speaking. I can just zen right out and just lose myself in, what she's doing, chopping some wood, starting a fire, putting up a tent. I think her latest video, like, she got this new hot tent that looks way too complicated for me. Like, way too complicated. There's an inner tent for it, in it, for the sleeping and everything. I was like, what? Why would you? Unless, look, I was gonna say, why would you buy this? But you don't know how complicated a tent could possibly be before you buy it. So, but yeah, that's the thing, Dauber. I think LED does throw more light. I really do think it is. It's much brighter, but it's a whiter light. It's a cleaner light. Generally, as I said, I know you can buy some LEDs now, but I don't find that the outdoors oriented LEDs do that. Like, they're all about throwing a bunch of light around the picnic table at 10 p.m. so you can play cards while you're sitting out there in the woods or whatever. I love it. Yeah, Country Boy says that I am a romantic. Yeah, I mean, when Pine Martin originally said that, I was sort of taken aback, but he sort of explained what he meant, and I think he's right. By the way, it's 22:04, so here's to Al and his cars, and his buying memberships for everyone last week, even though I feel guilty about it. I do love the look of a glass of whiskey. So, everyone say cheers to Al. Good old whiskey. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the one I'm just talking about, Dauber. That Embry. Jesus. Linda hates LED lights. She has golden warm acorn battery lights. Matches your lantern. Shawnee says, that's a good point. Outside hurts my eyes. Lamp would be easier on my eyes. I enjoy the durability of the LED. I can drop it and bang it on the way and it'll be okay. Kids want a light on all night. Yeah, you can absolutely just throw them around. I personally want a light on all night like I want botulism, right? One of the pieces of magic of being out there, and I remember this from when I used to be in hunt camp, and if I've already said this to you guys and I'm boring you, sorry. But one of the things I used to love about hunt camp is like when it was lights out, it was lights out up there, man, because there was no urban glow in the sky, right? If it was a clear sky, which let's face it, in like November in Quebec, the sky would probably be pretty clear because it drops kind of below zero, shall we say, like there's frost and ice on the ground. And growing up Canadian, you know that if it's if you look out to check the weather, so you look out the window in January, February, and it's a beautiful sunshiny day with not a cloud in the sky, bundle the hell up, because what that means is it is way too cold outside for moisture to survive at all, right? But I mean, I'm getting distracted here. Like at hunt camp, clear night, dark sky, sky full of stars, whatever. That's not the same as street lights on the roads outside, And if it was a cloudy day, forget about it. You may as well be sitting in a bucket of coal. Excuse me. And like silence, like you wouldn't believe if you're living in a city. And it's not even silence. But because we're used to like the constant hum and rumble of urban life, it sounds like silence. Like you hear maybe the scratching of a branch against the wall of the hunt camp or against the window. You might hear really sorry guys. You might hear the wind or nocturnal animals a little bit, but not much. But it is silent. And it felt like I was snuggled in even more because of that, because it was so dark and because it was so quiet. I don't remember why I got into this. Oh yeah, so I don't want a light on. I'm okay with like the flicker of the fire coming through if it's a glass fronted wood burning stove, or like around the door, like just a line of orange kind of thing. But that's all. My kids want the light on all night. Suffer. Take your nightmares like grown-up children. Right? I think that's why those worst snowstorm ever videos are so popular. The romantic nature of us humans for fire, warmth, snowstorms that... Oh, yeah. Beer's done. Yeah, I think... Yeah, there's something to that, Destiny. There really is. Rebel with an O says the magic. Fire coals, night sky, single malt. Yep, that works. That really does, Rebel. You know exactly how to make me happy. Kelly Flynn, hi. By the way, hello from my campfire. Nice. Oh, nice. What's the temperature like? What's it like out there? You having a good night, or you having kind of a windy night, cold night, wet night? It's rainy as crap here right now. David may go to Norwood this weekend to the antique barn and check out their lantern collection. Yeah. I want to check out that lantern collection at that antique store that Russell bought mine at as well. You're going car camping Thursday to Sunday, sleeping on a cot, wool blanket, canvas tent, kerosene lamp. Is that a canvas hot tent? I really want a hot tent, you guys. Like, and a stove. And a piece of line to use it on. She says, dram up. Look what I got. Oh, are you going hunting? He said bow activities. I hope you success. I wish you success. There's a... Hold on. Linda says, I have a black antique Cara heater that I used to put a big ass fern on. So you're not using it as an actual heater? Would it leak? You think? Can't find my cursor. Sarah says, I can't find any lanterns around here, but there's some vintage red ones for 10 to 15 in Moncton and Fredericton. Yeah, that's a bit far for me too, but yeah. Good old Moncton and Fredericton, eh? Yeah, it's a mantle. Wow, so I must be really behind. Oh, I'm 11 minutes behind. That's not too bad. Oh, I see. I'm late. I'm late. That's why. You're trying for different models, but no plan. Okay. 286 is a newer model, plastic parts. Yeah, okay. In that case, you and I are of the same mind. I wouldn't want that comparatively either. If I was to buy a Coleman lantern, and I should, because I do have cool memories of those lanterns. But I would want something more classic for sure. Yeah, Serge agrees. He doesn't want a lantern with plastic either. Yeah, absolutely. Country Boy, when he was growing up, their tent lantern was a dual mantle white gas pump model. Yeah, I remember pumping those things up. That and the Coleman stove. Pump, pump, pump. Shawnee says, to answer the fertilizer question, it was a real learning curve. When to use which one at different stages of growth, dilution rates, does it root or fruit? I did see good results. Also, when using these fertilizers, it's to help build up the living microorganisms, fungi, and a home for the worms to have a healthy living soil. Then the plant will thrive. So this will pay off in years. Yeah, that sounds good. Apparently, Russell has told Al to be a pain in the arse. Well, that's good to know. And unsurprising. Now I got Jess to move his camera just for me. I'm going to head out early. All right. Yeah, you never get enough sleep. Me neither. I'm going to, like, as soon as I sign off at 11, I'm crashing, like, immediately. And cheers, Al, says Serge. Yeah, I like this copy. Country Boy is absolutely right. And so is Shawnee, right? The philosophy that Shawnee is working from is solid. Absolutely solid. Soil management is the basis for sure. Yeah. I mean, that's the idea of, like, rotating your fields, right? Like, there's always you're growing whatever here, whatever there, here's something else, and then that one's fallow for this year kind of thing. It's because you need to keep the soil healthy. You can't just plant and sow and plant and sow and plant and sow and plant and sow, and then you've depleted the soil. Then it may as well just be, black earth, because there's nothing left for it to work with. Guilt, that sounds painful. I'm like, how far behind am I in this conversation? I'm still rocking at like 8 minutes behind. Okay. All right. Country Boy says, having beneficial fungi is the key to all gardening. Is that the key then, guys? Shawnee asked the question that we should all be asking. What did Kelly Flynn cook over the campfire? Man, I have envy over anyone who's on a campfire tonight. And I do love it when the weather's cool and so the campfire is actually warming you. Like, sometimes it's like, wow, it's July and I'm here in the woods and trying to love life, but it's hot and the campfire is hot. And I just, but like in October, late September through to late October, because late October can get pretty damn cold. I just love it, man. Wrapped in a blanket next to the fire, a wool blanket, so that if like embers land on it, I can just brush them off. Take that, Gore-Tex. So what did Kelly cook? Good night, Linda. Everyone say good night to Linda. Oh, you guys are. Okay, never mind. Oh, you had ribs on the grill. That doesn't suck either, though. Yeah, I asked Chris as well, but I don't know if he answered me or not. I was wondering where he is tonight. Rebel says aloe gel magic rooting hormone best for garlic. I don't even know what that is. Quiet clear sky over there. Nice. That sounds amazing. And Rebel is heading up to Crown Land next weekend for the end of bass season. I would love to find Crown Land near Montreal, but I have heard tell that the nearest Crown Land is like 5 hours away. I don't think that's true, but here's the thing. People who have access to a prime piece of Crown Land won't tell you about it, right? I mean, there's probably a couple of you here who live not too far from me and know where there's a prime camping site in Crown Land, and you're not going to tell me where it is, and I wouldn't expect you to, because nobody wants their favorite camping site invaded the way it can be. People will share their favorite national or provincial park, but their favorite Crown Land campsite, they will absolutely give you the wrong directions if they are even going that far. Not a hot tent. Okay, I wouldn't need it in September. No, that's true. That's true. For some reason, whenever someone says canvas tent to me, I automatically think hot tent, though. Yeah, Pam composts. I also compost. Yeah, absolutely. Johnny Walker, King George V at the LCBO states they have it. I cannot afford that. In fact, do they have it at the SAQ? Because SAQ is my province. LCBO is Russell's province. But I can drive across the line into Hawkesbury or something. SAQ.com wants to know your location. King. Oh, wow. I totally blew that spelling. King George, produit 2, spiritueux 2, scotch et whiskey 2. So I guess. John Walker and Sons, King George V, Chin's Lowlands, blended fudge, $8.99.75. John Walker and Sons, King George V's Lowland blended Scotch whiskey. At least it's a $7.50 instead of $800. I can't do it. Cannot justify that. Especially because I gotta buy a canoe. I gotta. Yeah. I'd like to try it though. But yeah, at $800, there's no way I can do that. I'll just have to go down and taste yours. Love my compost pile. You want to make leaf mold? Yeah, since you don't live in the woods. In the fall, best ever campfires at Juicy Tomahawk Steak. I had a tomahawk to die for a few years ago at my birthday. It's like a, you know, the silly, trendy, high-end restaurants. This one was called Manitoba. And I had a tomahawk there. I think it was elk. I don't know. It wasn't elk. I think it was beef, but delish. Huge. Delish. Absolutely. David's out. All right. Thanks, David. Have a good night. Sleep well. Have a safe day tomorrow. Sean is in the same position as me. All the free open camping is like a 4-hour drive. Yeah, I would be willing to do like a 3-hour drive. But like at a 4 or 5 hour drive, like I can't be away from my family for the whole weekend or for a 5-day canoeing trip kind of thing, you know? So it has to be near enough that I can maybe take off right after work, set up, sleep over, get up, do a few things the next day, and then come home kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. Secret Lakes are at a premium, absolutely. Destiny loves to camp in their favorite spot, Puerto Barquillaro in the fall. Watch a great movie, get a fire going, wrap up like a burrito. Need to go to the bathroom, just a few steps away in the house. Yeah. Camille and I, or I guess you guys know, Cody and I slept in the, tent in the backyard a few times. Not this year, but last year. Anyone enjoying the Japanese whiskey? I finished my whiskey from the barrel, and I haven't picked up another bottle yet. I have an unopened Mizunara cask that I cannot wait to get open. But I really have to bottle a couple of things down before I start opening new bottles again. Dram up. There we go. But yeah, just to sort of circle back to the question I was asking Al, it's just because like part of me would love to get an old decrepit Land Rover and just bring it back to good running stock. I might finish the interior a bit with like some wood paneling or something, like some wood accents or something, just to be fancy. But I think I would rather just bring it to stock, but like pristine. Like I don't have the setup to do that. It's the kind of thing that Mao and I'd love to do. I would also like to build a cedar strip canoe, and that I could probably maybe pull off. Like a 16-footer would just fit into my garage, and I have woodworking tools, But I would buy a kit. There's a kit sold by some Canadian dude in Ontario, I think. But yeah, like a kit, because I don't need to. I've got something starred here. Oh yeah, that's when Peanut Trucker was saying he was a member for 4 months. Like I don't need the satisfaction of having like chopped down the cedar and created all the strips. No. I just want to build a boat, One day when I have like 2 months off. Country boy. Because I'm not wearing my glasses. I didn't read that as tucks you into bed. So I'm glad to see that I was mistaken there. But yeah. So I don't know where I was going. I was going to say something and it's gone. I just don't feel great, guys. I don't know if I'm even going to make it till 11. We're gonna go direct. We're gonna go to 10:30 for sure, and we'll see how I'm feeling. I mean, I'm not even finished my dram. You gotta finish it, dram. Any of you guys watching any good bushcraft channels lately that I might not know about? Because I've been sort of doing a concerted effort to watch not my usual. I mean, of course, I'm still watching Russell and stuff like that. But like, instead of just Joe Robinette's got a new video out, I'm trying to view some smaller channel, not smaller channels like my size small. I mean, smaller than 1 million viewers kind of thing. Because I feel that I've been falling into just watching the same channels over and over again lately. So I recently was like, okay, what's Victoria Outside doing lately? Because I haven't watched her in a long time, kind of thing. What are the Baird brothers? And there are so many bears. Excuse me. There's so many Bairds in our wilderness because there's 2 brothers. There's a sister. I guess Tori is a Baird by marriage. Like, what are those guys doing? Because they do paddling like. I mean, they're pros, Like, what's blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. I'm looking for some new people to watch lately. Just trying to get it fresh again, Oops, hold on. Good night, all. Okay, good night, Cat Carol. Rebel says Land Rover. Yeah, love me a Land Rover. Got to be like the 120 or something though, like 4-door. It's the same. Like, I love the Jeep Wrangler, but it has to be the 4-door, not the 2-door. Easy Adventurer. Let me just take note. No pen. I do have a Bushcraft knife, but no pen. So I shall do this. I am still paying attention to you folks. I'm just entering Easy E Adventurer into the YouTube search bar. Okay, so I will keep. Oh, yeah. Yukon Wild, absolutely. Okay. I saw 5 minutes of, I think, the log jam, the first episode of that. Okay. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Kristen says, Luxon Bushcraft makes some amazing structures. Check him out. To this adorable fairy house and beautiful dugout cabin. Excuse me. Did you say Luxon Adventures? Yes, you did. Luxon Bushcraft. Hold on. So is Luxon Bushcraft the same person? Framing the roof alone. Preparing for an off-grid life with Luxon Bushcraft. Building a shelter under the rocks. Building a fairy tale house from start to finish with Luxon Bushcraft. Okay. Looking forward to watching some of that. Apparently the Jays win. It's baseball. I don't even know who they were up against tonight, or taking on tonight, or whatever it is. Okay, Destiny's out. Bonsoir tout le monde. Wishing you all a warm tea, warm campfires, and peace. Bisous. All right, good night, Destiny. Speak to you soon. Oh, okay. Kristen says it is Bushcraft. Yes. For some reason, I wrote Adventurers. Oh, because of Easy E Adventurer. Anyways, I have found the channel, and I will check it out. I mean, I still, my sort of Bushcraft video comfort food is still Ray Mears. Like if I'm in a certain mood, it's still got to be a Ray Mears video. But hey, Charles and Annie are here, or just Charles, or maybe just Annie. How's it going, man? I haven't seen you in a Montreal minute. How's it going? How's that house build of yours? How's the weather? You're not getting battered by a hurricane or a cyclone or anything, are you? The blue is finished, but the tea is not. The tea is gone lukewarm, though. Yeah. So I will definitely look up those channels. Next Friday, I'm picking up my new phone. So I shot 2 videos for my other channel in a row on my cell phone, and I think it was trying to deal with the weather or with the wind or something, but the sound keeps changing. I put one up on my other channel. It was like a tasting I did with a buddy of mine out in Alberta, but the thing that sells me a phone is always like the cameras, because I see it as a run and gun video production device, right? When I'm going somewhere or I don't have time or space to bring like this camera, and all the stuff that goes with it, I just bring my phone. But that sound thing when it's trying to sort of deal with wind bugs me massively. So I'm hoping that my new phone, which I'm getting on Friday, will mitigate that somewhat. Man on the Street says that memberships are great, but tip jars are better. I have a tip jar, but I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say everybody give me the monies, please. Oh, okay. She's a Blue is out. Hope you feel better, Jess. I just thought of something. Just let me check something. Just give me one little second here, people. I'm not going to be ignoring you for long. I just want to take a quick look at one little thing. Oh, I don't think I'm going to make it till 11, guys. I feel dismal. You see, I thought he was dropping hints on you guys, but he was just dropping the monies on me. Is that so I can buy the King George V? If I buy that, am I going to love it? Am I going to then want more of them and be like, oh, I need to buy this? Is that what's going to happen? Thanks, Al. I was sure that he was like hinting at you guys to drop money on me. And he went and made me a massive gift instead. Thanks, buddy. I'll look into ordering it or buying it from the LCBO. In fact, I'm going to have to go to the LCBO because it's out here in Quebec. Okay. I'll take a look for it. And then I will let you know how I like it. Hi, Kelly. How's it going? Kelly, I'm not going to be online for much longer, I don't think. I'm feeling worse by the second. I'm sick today. It's not COVID. I tested myself, but I feel like ass. I really do. It's like so Charles and Annie say, house update. We have ordered bamboo for a decorative fence and planning on our native pergola build. My dad actually has a bamboo decorative fence in his place in the Okanagan. It's a pocket desert there, so putting up bamboo is not completely out of left field. I don't feel it's a very British Columbia looking solution, but it's fairly problem free. So yeah, I think that's gonna be really cool. Christy's been wondering where you been, Charles and Annie. Yeah, any kind of build can really take a toll. Man, I built a fence 2 or 3 years ago. Well, I had a couple of buddies come and help me. That ended up having been the hottest day of the year. We didn't plan it that way, but like we just did one side of my backyard, and it just about killed us. My wife went and got some beautiful steaks and served us all steaks and beer and some sort of fancy dessert. I don't remember, just to make it worth everyone's while, because everybody refused payment. They were like, no, we're going to help you. We're not. No, piss off. Apparently I'm slower than molasses, especially right tonight. Sorry, guys. I'm just like, I'm wrecked. Yeah, it has been tiring. Absolutely. Planning a motorcycle trip to the south. Okay. Hey, are the roads dangerous down there? Like, my view of a lot of the world, I realize, not a lot, but certain areas comes kind of from Hollywood, and they kind of want to make anywhere that's not northern look like, everyone on the roads are crazy and everyone's driving little motorcycles that have like 3 people on them and all that stuff. And I'm convinced that that is not an accurate view of the world, especially having gone to film school. But like if you take a motorcycle trip down to the south, is it like just an innocuous, like in Quebec, I would have a hard time trusting myself to the roads on a motorcycle. Because Montrealers drive like idiots. Torontonians really drive like idiots. Have you noticed that? Like, how are the drivers down there? It took me forever to get that question together. No road rules. No road rules here. If you can drive here, you can drive anywhere. Okay. All right. So never mind what I said. Christy's out. Okay. See you next week, Christy. Have a good night. Sleep well. All right. See you later, Al. Let me know if you found success. Everyone say good night to Al. It is common to see 4+ people here on a bike. I was convinced that Hollywood was giving us this weird kind of quasi-racist view of that part of the world. So I guess not. Okay, we're at 10:36. I don't feel well enough to make it to 11, guys. So I think I'm gonna maybe just shut her down here. I finished the jam I had with Al. You guys really made this. I mean, I feel like garbage, but you guys really lightened the load for me tonight, as you always do. I just want to. Okay, Chris is out as well. Charles says a DUI will happen only if you have an accident. All right. Yikes. So yeah. So good night, everyone. I'm gonna just concentrate on feeling better in time for next week, and hope to bring like the reading and the news and everything back for that episode. So between now and then, how do I do this? Oh yes, everyone, stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy, and be kind to one another. And Russell's not here to pea soup, so you guys are great. You guys are great to me. So I'll see you next week.